What's going on, Minecraft and YouTube? My name is Preacher. We are in a creative world exploring 5 essential beginner farms. In this video, I want to talk to you just a little bit about some of the essential beginner farms that you're going to need when you start playing Minecraft. Now, the very first thing after you start crafting some tools and everything, you get you a crafting bench, you start crafting you up some tools and everything. The first thing you're going to want to do is try to get you some wheat. Now, the reason why we get wheat is, first off, that is one of your starter food sources. Okay, so if you happen to be in a spruce forest, you might want to get you some sweet berries. But after sweet berries, because them things are horrible, get you some wheat. And after you get you some wheat, you collect 3 of these sheaves of wheat, and you can craft those into a loaf of bread. Also, once you have your wheat, you're going to want to wrangle you some cows. Now, cows and sheep are very easy. Let's go ahead and grab all of this. Cows and sheep are very easy to wrangle. All you got to do is have a piece of wheat out in front of you, and they will follow you. So you're going to use that wheat to breed you up some cows. Now, we do this for multiple reasons. Number one, steak is one of the best foods in Minecraft. Number two, the leather that you get from cows when you kill the cow, also you will use later on to craft up your enchanting table, your enchanting setup. Also, the wheat is good for attracting sheep. Now, I recommend after you kill your first 3 sheep to make you a bed, I recommend not killing any more sheep, because it's a sad thing when you get out there ready to start making you a sheep farm, and you have to go travel 1,000 blocks to find the first sheep. And so don't do that. Then after that, if you happen to run across a village or you kill a zombie and you get a carrot drop, that will attract the piggies. So, and then also with the seeds that you get from punching the grass and everything, you can also attract some chickens. So good stuff. Now, all of that leads us over here to the sugarcane. Now, once you have your wheat and your meat farms going, you're going to want to plant you some sugarcane. As you're traveling around in the world and you happen to see some sugarcane over here beside the waters and along any riverbed, anything like that there, you'll find little sprouts of sugarcane. You want to be collecting those as you go along. Now, if you're in a multiplayer world, you don't want to come in and collect all of them, okay? So you might come in here and just collect one off the top, of each one. Maybe you're the second person to come through and you collect one off the middle. The third person will at least have one left. So that'll get you going on a sugarcane farm. Now, as you harvest the sugarcane, you take the top off and you can plant more as you go along. And so every time you don't have to harvest the first one, you can harvest all the rest of it and it'll grow back. But you'll want to keep a good sugarcane farm going for most of your Minecraft world. The beginning use of sugarcane is for crafting up books for your enchanting setup. After that, once you get to the end, you're going to want the paper to craft bottle rockets for your elytra. And so you'll have a sugarcane farm for most of your time in your Minecraft world. So it's worth taking the time to craft up a good sugarcane farm. This right here is not necessarily a good one. This is manual. You'll want to craft up a redstone sugarcane farm. Later on, I'll make a video on how to do that. After you have all of the essentials for making your enchanting setup, you're going to want to get some materials. Okay, one of the ways to get materials to build with is to create a tree farm. Now, whether you're going mining or you're using villagers to gather up all of your gear, you're going to want to create a tree farm. This is one of the best ways to be able to trade with villagers. You can create sticks and trade with Fletchers. This is definitely a great early game way to get emeralds to trade with villagers. Also, if you are going down in the mines, you're going to want, hi Mr. Skelly, you're going to want the trees, you're going to want the wood to be able to craft up torches and chests and everything else you're going to need later on in your world. So you're going to need to make a lot of chests. So you're going to need a lot of wood. Okay, if you're counting, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 farms. So what is the fifth farm? Well, I wanted to show you this, and this is actually this only pertains to people who build up their base next to an ocean. The last of the farms actually occurs right out here in the ocean naturally. Now, with the 1.18 update, coal does not generate below Y0. It does not generate below Y0. Now you can find a lot of coal over here on the stony beaches. You can find them up there in the mountaintops, but you're not going to find them down in the big diamond level. So down at the bottom of your world, you're not going to be able to find that very much. And if you're anything like me, I don't like wasting my time digging in places where I'm not going to get what I'm looking for. So if I'm at Y0, I'm not going to see very many diamonds. And so that's what I'm after. And so I mine way down deep. Now, for that reason, I don't get whole lot of coal. And so because I don't get a whole lot of coal, I need alternate source of fuel. And if you have a smelter set up in your world, the kelp block is a must have. And so it only takes 9 pieces of dried kelp. You smelt down 9 pieces of dried kelp. Those 9 kelp can then burn 20 pieces or 20 more kelp. And so you're essentially every time you get a kelp, every time you burn down kelp, you double the amount that you can burn. And so that becomes a sustainable fuel source because you can, hey, Mr. Dolphin, you can regrow kelp. You cannot regrow coal, well, unless you got a wither skeleton farm, in which case that's much later in the game. And so we're talking about early game. Now, now that's my take on the first 5 must-have farms in Minecraft. Now, of course, there's absolutely ways around every single one of these. You know, you can go and travel the 7 seas and collect books out of all the shipwrecks and never have to raise the first cow. That's absolutely possible. But for most Minecrafters, we like to go in and do things old school. We like to go in and raise up some cows and grow up some sugar cane and all that good stuff and make the world as we go along. And so if you agree with that, hit the like button. Consider subscribing. If I don't see you again, I hope to see you in heaven.